In this video, we're going to take a look at an introduction to one-step equations. With one-step equations, the clue is in the name. These are equations that can be solved in one step. And the way that we solve these equations is by using inverse operations. So let's say we've got here x minus 2 equals 10. And what we're looking to do here is solve for x. Okay, so I want to get rid of anything that's on the same side here as x, and in this case, the one step here is to get rid of this minus 2. So by using inverse operations here, what's the opposite of subtracting 2? Well, that's to add 2 to both sides. Whatever we do to this side here, we also need to do it to the other side here to keep this equation equal. We're balancing the equation here. On the left hand side, what I'm going to get here is x minus 2, and then we add 2 here. On the right hand side here, we're going to get 10 plus 2. We get 10 plus 2 there. Now if we simplify the left hand side here first, x minus 2 and then we plus 2 to that. So essentially minus 2 plus 2, that just cancels and gives us 0. In that case then we just simply get left with x. On the right hand side here, 10 plus 2 would give us 12. There we have it, so we get that x equals 12. And now when you kind of reflect back on the original equation here, that should seem obvious. 12 minus 2 is equal to 10. Okay, that's a nice little way there that we can double check our solution. Let's take a look at another example here. Let's say that we've got y over 3 equals 9. So again, we're looking to solve this equation here. This time now we're solving for y. So again, we're using inverse operations here. If we just think about this for a moment, what we're doing to y here? We're dividing y by 3. The inverse of dividing by 3 is to times by 3. We times both sides here by 3. Whatever you do to one side, make sure you do it to the other side as well. So y over 3, if we times that by 3 here, I get y over 3, and we times that by 3 here. That's the left hand side. On the right hand side here, we're going to get 9 times 3, which we'll simplify in a moment. So on the left hand side here, if we divide something by 3 and then times by 3, they'll just cancel, and we just get left here with y. We get y on the left hand side. On the right hand side here, 9 times 3, that would give us 27. Okay? And there we have it. And again, we can double check that solution. 27 divided by 3 would give us 9 there. And there we have it. So, like you can see, with one-step equations, we're just looking to solve that equation in one step, and we do that by using inverse operations. So that's everything that we need there for our introduction to one-step equations. What we're going to do now is just take a look at a quick practice question for solving one-step equations. So if we just take a look at this practice question here, we're asked to solve the following equations. So we begin with the first one here. Let's just start by writing it down. So I've got x plus 11 equals 5. So here we're looking to solve for x. So again, we just simply use inverse operations here to solve for x. So I want to get rid of this plus 11 here, this addition of 11 on the left hand side. And to do that here, we're going to use inverse operations. So now I'm going to subtract 11 off both sides. So minus 11 off both sides here. So x plus 11 minus 11, that would simply give us x on the left hand side. On the right hand side here, we're going to get 40 minus 11. In that case then, for x here, we simply get 29. Okay, 40 minus 11 would give us 29 there. That's the solution to A. Let's take a look at B now. We've got 5x equals 30. So for a moment here, let's just think about what we're doing with x. So we're timesing x here by 5. What's the opposite of timesing by 5? Well, that would be to divide both sides here by 5. So divide both sides by 5 here. So if I've got 5x here and I divide that by 5, that would simply give us x on its own. On the right hand side here, we've got 30 divided by 5. So 30 over 5. And in this case here, we get that x equals 6. Okay? And again, you can always double check these solutions here. 5 times 6 gives us 30. We know the solution is correct here. Let's take a look at C now. We've got x minus 7 equals 21. So x minus 7 equals 21. So what I need to do here is get rid of this minus 7 on the left hand side. So using inverse operations here, we're going to add 7 to both sides. So plus 7 to both sides here. On the left hand side, the minus 7 now will disappear because we've added 7 to that, so that would just be 0. We get x on its own. On the right hand side here, 21 plus 7. And in that case then, we get x equals 28. And then finally here, the very last one, D, let's do it in the top right corner here. We've got x over 4. So x over 4 equals 8. So again, let's just think about what we're doing with x here. We're taking x and we're dividing it by 4. So what's the opposite of dividing by 4? Well, that would be to times both sides here by 4. So times both sides here by 4. So x over 4 times by 4, that would simply give me x on its own. On the right hand side here, we've got 8 times that by 4. So 8 times by 4 here. And in that case then, we get that x equals 32. Okay. And there we have it. So that's our solution to D. And that's that solution there to question 1. So that's just our practice question there. That brings us to the end of this video on an introduction to solving one-step equations. So in the next video, we're going to take a look at exam revision for solving one-step equations.